Hello everybody, thanks for tuning in. I'm hand holding the camera, shaking around. So a few people wanted to know what my cabin up here in Pine Top looks like. The place is a mess because I just came in from Tucson, kind of threw everything around, the wife and I, and so pardon our mess. This is really not what this video is about. I actually want to do a product review, an open box so to speak. So this is our kitchen, where I do most of my videos when I'm here. So let's take a look at what we're gonna open today. So I was up at Dick's Sporting Goods, and I had this knife. Freaking couldn't even cut butter. They had a display out on the counter. By the way, this is a diamond, we'll call it a diamond knife sharpener, but I'll let the little box speak for itself. I just did a couple of swipes on each side. I think I did a total of 3. And then I took it to a ceramic type of, matter of fact, here it is. Their ceramic type of sharpener, which cleans out all the burrs on your knife. And it did such a phenomenal job. It really did. The knife is really sharp. So I thought I'd bring it home and try it on the Ultimate. To me, a kitchen knife, because of its length, because of its girth and belly, is sometimes the hardest things to sharpen in your home. Maybe not in a professional setting, but in your home. So I wanted to, let's just open it up. Let's just see how intuitive it is. Did I say that right? How easy it is to put together, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to succeed and fail right in front of your eyes. Let's just first try to figure out how to open this piece of equipment up. I'm already freaking out. Come on, Ann. Where is the thing? They make this thing, I guess, child-proof. So I'm just going to use a little bit of force, so to speak. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'm going to pause the video. I'll be right back after I get it open. There's no need to bore you. This is stronger than a Fort Knox gun safe here. Okay, I think we got this opened. It took a little bit of work to get into this package. So this is in case you haven't seen the package. It's got some pretty decent reviews online. This is just the diamond sharpener with the ceramic section to hone your blade afterwards. Let's get the back there so you can see that. Pause your video if you need to read it longer. It's everything that comes on it. So let's try to figure this out, see how intuitive this is. Okay, this seems to fit right there. And that clips into place. She's in there. Oops. Oh, I see how this is. We got 2 diamond blades here. I thought this was just a protective covering until you put on attach your diamond blade, but this is a fine diamond blade for actual sharpening. With it comes these guides. They're degree guides. I think I'm going to go with a 17 degree. They just seem to fit in here like so. And that's it. And from what I understand, you hold your knife on there just to get an idea of what the proper angle is. Because once you're out here, you don't have that guide protecting you. It's just to train you, so to speak. So let's give this a shot. And one thing I learned about diamond knife sharpeners, diamond stone, so to speak, and that is never to put a lot of pressure down on them. Let the blade, the weight of the blade, do all the work. Otherwise, you'll wear out your stone, so to speak. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is I think it needs to be. I think a stone needs to be at least as long as the knife, or close, because I'm hitting as I come through. I'm hitting this, and it might just be practice that I need. Give it up on that guide just to get. I would imagine after a while you won't even need these guides. After a while of getting used to learning how to hold a blade on a stone. Okay, so I can feel some burrs on there. I can feel a little work done to the blade. Let's now try to remove this. Okay, maybe that. Okay, it came off real easy when I was showing you folks how to do it. There we go. It's magnetic, that's why. Now let's try this, the fine. Put it up against the guide to get an idea of what I need. Up against the guide on the other side to get an idea of the angle. It's actually got a nice little edge to it now. All my knives are so old and never been sharpened since the day we purchased these knives. These knives are circa 1998. These are the Hinckley's double. By the way, if you don't know anything about Hinckley's, I believe Hinckley's makes like a Walmart where there's just one guy, and the more guys on your knife, the better the quality of the knife, the steel is. This is, I believe, a two-man Hinckley. Take a look right there. There's two men right there. I think that even goes up to three-man Hinckley's. I'm not certain. I also, in my other home, have a pair of Wüsthoffs, full set of Wüsthoffs, which are also, wow, that's got a nice little blade, edge to it. This is multi, oh, those are the directions. I don't really want to screw with that. Well, what the hell. Well, you know, this knife doesn't need to shave hairs. It just needs to cut meat. I think I'm quite happy. Now, just run it through the steel real quick. As I'm running it through the steel, I'm actually trying to keep and maintain that angle. I'm not a professional. And that's what's key to something at home. If you buy something, you want it to work for an amateur. You don't want to buy something where you're forced to be a professional. Then what good is it? Unless you're a professional. Yeah, I think this will definitely cut a roast. Anyway, I didn't show you this, but this is also a ceramic. This actually has a little bit more bite to it. And I'm just letting the weight of the blade do everything it needs to do. I'm not pushing it in, just like on these stones. I wasn't pushing it in. Just basically letting the weight of the blade do everything it needs to do. And I got a decent edge. I definitely do have a decent edge. Again, this knife doesn't need to shave hair. but I do have some hair. And this knife really wasn't sharp. There's some hair right there at the very tip. Anyway, this is a diamond guided sharpening system by Works Sharp. I picked this one up at Dick's Sporting Goods. It was $59. I'm just doing the review. I've told you this in the past. I am not sponsored by any of these companies. I don't make a red nickel off of them. They don't send me free anything. When I find something and it works for me at my skill set, and I am an amateur when it comes to sharpening knives, if it works for me, I like to show it off. If a water filtration works for me, I like to show it off. If a flashlight is a stellar flashlight, I like to show it off. I make no money off of any of this stuff. You folks have a great day. Again, this is the Work Sharp stone. It's diamond. It has a rough, and it's looking like this is just saying coarse on the back. And the other one just says, if I had to make a guess, fine. It doesn't give me a number. Anyway, take care of yourselves. Hello folks, I wanted to show you something I just purchased. Now I already took it out of the box. I'll show you what I took out, but I just wanted to show you the packaging. I'm going to flip it around. Now some of you might have seen this. I'm holding it there. If you need to pause the video, go ahead and pause the video. What we have here is a diamond knife sharpener, stone so to speak. Comes with a coarse and a fine. Now, I've tried lots of knife sharpeners. Many of them are very good, but unfortunately you have to be a professional to use some of them. What attracted me to this was I went to Dick's Sporting Goods. And this knife was kind of dull. It's my Spyderco Delica 4. By the way, it's a good knife. Spyderco Delica 4. And they had one of these on display in the back at the gun counter. And the guy let me use my knife. I went over this 3 times with the diamond. That's supposed to eat away a little bit at the blade to get rid of all the nicks and dings on your blade. He didn't even have this fine one out, so I didn't get to use it. But he had this. It's a very good ceramic stone. And I just ran my knife about 3 times. And this knife is freaking sharp. I am no expert, and that is why I want to show you this. First of all, just like all my other reviews, I don't tell you all the specs and all the boring weight and the composite of the material when you can just read the box or go online and read that boring stuff. I think what's important in a review is how it works, how to use it and how it works. That's all to me that's important. Obviously, if it's made of inferior stuff, I'm going to find that out during my initial review of the product online. So I've been having a lot of problem with my kitchen knives. Let me get another one. No matter what I do, I cannot get my kitchen knives on my own sharp. Anybody can sharpen a knife like this. Hold it at a constant angle for the 2-inch blade that it is. But when you get like an 8-inch or even a 10-inch kitchen knife, to hold that blade correctly at 20 degrees or 30 degrees, whatever you're using, through the duration of the entire length of the blade is very difficult. But I was able to achieve an excellent edge on this. It's got the angle guides that help me ride the entire length of the I want to call this a stone, but it's not. It's made of metal with diamonds embedded in it, but for the sake of the video I'm going to call it a stone. So I was able to actually for the first time on my own get an edge to this thing. And I want to show you on this knife how I did it. First of all, it cost $69. Came once again with 2 stones, a fine and a coarse. It has these guides, 20 and 17 degrees. All you do is clip them in at the proper angle that you want, and boom, you're set. And all you do is you put your knife on the guide. And what the guy said at Dick's, it's just to train you. Because after a while, you won't really need these guides. You just won't even need them anymore. You'll know just by the feel of your blade what angle it is. So for you know, it's kind of like training wheels. So you just ride it, put it on the guide to get an idea, ride it, and I'm going to put the fine one on. And it's very important on a diamond stone of any type that you do not press down on it. You do not put more weight down on it. All you're going to do is eat away at the diamonds. Let the knife's own weight be the judge of what it needs. So I'm literally just petting this freaking thing as though it was a kitten or a cat. I know that sounds ridiculous. This is the fine stone now. Now obviously the more dings you got in your edge of your blade, the more you're going to have to use the coarse. You only saw me go over it about 2 or 3 times. That's because there was hardly any dings on this blade. What I do the majority of my work on this fine one now. And we're just about done. I'm just going to do this one side one more time. Yeah, it's feeling good. This also came with this very nice ceramic stone. And what you do is you hold it in your hand like so, and you're able to gently work it towards you. Obviously, you want to be very careful. Try to estimate the angle that you want. If I had to make a guess, these are guides right here as well. So I guess I could utilize those. I'm new to the product too. I'm going to get a piece of paper, see how well it cuts. Very loose receipt. Yeah, it definitely does cut. Okay, so whoopee-doo, big deal you're saying. Here's why I wanted to show this off to you. There's a lot of good products out on the market. No doubt about it. Unfortunately, many of them are high dollar, and when you get them, you have to be extremely proficient at using them. Meaning you have to be virtually an expert knife sharpener. This little thing, first of all, it didn't even move one time. It has the guides that you need, and I was able to sharpen this knife right before your eyes. I did not sharpen this before. I sharpened it. All I did was what you saw. And then I honed the blade to get all the what do you call those? The burrs off. What I like about this, I'm going to repeat, you don't need to be an expert. Anybody can sharpen a knife if they know the fundamentals. And the only fundamental is, only two fundamentals are to knife sharpening on diamond stones is, one, let the weight of the blade do all the work. Do not force down upon the stone, otherwise you'll eat away prematurely at those diamonds. The second and only other thing you need to know is keep your angle constant as you ride across the stone. Other than that, there's nothing really else you need to know about this thing. It really works good. There are directions here that tell you how to sharpen just about every knife. And I kind of cut into this a little bit to see when I was sharpening this. So I kind of chewed up on the directions. You know us, man, we don't need directions. Who needs these thinking directions, man? It's like badges at work, you know. Everybody has to have a badge to get into our area. And I'm always joking, I don't need no stinking badges. Essay. But anyway, it sharpens all kinds of knives, scissors. It even sharpens bread knives. That is a knife that looks just like this. I can't wait to sharpen this, because this has some freaking gnarly dings in it. I don't know whether somebody used it to freaking build the Union Pacific Railroad or something, but even some of these are twisted and everything. So I look forward to using sharpening this. So here you go. It's the Works Sharp Guided Sharpening System by Works. I got it for $59 at Dick's. I want to say one last thing and I'll end the video. I don't make any money off of this. I don't get anything free. When I find something and I like and it really works, I like to show you. Just like I did with the last video on that flashlight. It was actually a room illuminator is what it really is. It wasn't really so much as a flashlight. I'm not sponsored. I don't make a nickel off of them. And you'll notice one thing. I try to talk to you like you were standing here on the other side of this table. Not all scientific. Oh, it's made of a carbon fiber, synthetic, alloy, composite. I don't do that. I don't need to recite all the weight and the grams and I just don't need to do that. You're not here to, when you look at a review, initially you want to just know how it works. Then if you want to compare that product to other products that work, then you might be considering what each material is made out of, which one is better, which one will have more longevity. I don't play that. You could do the research online, what you want to, if you want to know what the composite materials are made out of and what country they're made in. I can almost guarantee you this is made in freaking, let me see. Come on, talk to me, Goose. Talk to me. Made in Ashland, Oregon. Made in the United States, folks. Holy crap, Hola. I just want to double check that. Made in the United States. Anyway, have a great day. Thanks for watching my video. Check this out. A lot of dicks have these on display in the back by the gun section. Take care. Oh, and while you're there, buy me a gun. I'm just teasing.